Aswan. Welcome to a story they hope you never hear. A story buried underwater. A story about one of the greatest African civilizations ever. Was drowned. On purpose, by the way. Let's talk about how Aswan and Abu Simbel-built were ruined to bury African proof of Kemet. Was Kemet before Egypt, by the way. They just didn't drown temples. They drowned the ancient science of sun alignment. They broke cosmic architecture. It ain't just a history class, an ancient history class like that. This is an archaeological crime scene. And you're about to see the evidence. Before the dams, before the floods, before the lies, Aswan was one of Africa's scariest gates, the Nile's first cataract, natural border of Upper Egypt, source of granite for temples, statues, pyramids, Abu Simbel. What was that? That was the masterpiece. 2 colossal temples carved straight into cliffs, built by Pharaoh Ramses II. This wasn't just a flex, it was a reminder. Africa started here, at the heart. Not the Mediterranean beaches and this and that. No, deep in the south. And then the magic, the temples were aligned precisely with the sun. That twice a year on February 22nd and October 22nd, the rising sun will pierce through the temple's entrance and light up and scare statues deep inside. Down to the second, down to the being. It wasn't random, it was science, it was spirit. So let's fast forward to the 1960s. Egypt built the Aswan Dam. Progress, they said. They call it progress. They said it was energy for the people, they said, right? That's what they said. But what they didn't say was that the dam would flood 5,000 years of African heritage. Nubian villages wiped off the map. Ancient shrines drowned forever. Millions of gallons of water covered the bones of Kemet. Birthplaces of gods, cradle of time, gone underwater forever. Now, they did save Abu Simbel. Kind of. They cut the temples into giant blocks, moved them up the cliffs, reassembled them higher, piece by piece. Sounds heroic, right? But think deeper. That temple wasn't just about walls and doors, it was about the land, the sun alignment, the scarce Nile energy. You move the body, you kill the soul. Under Lake Nasser today, ancient Nubian cities, unknown pyramids, temples older than Giza. Under what? Under that water is proof that African civilization didn't just drift northward or if it rose upward from the south. Proof that Nile Valley Africans mastered time, space, spirit, long before Greeks ever touched a compass. They buried it because proof is power, and stolen power can't survive exposure. Think about it. Why was Kemet's oldest wisdom in the south? Because the south was the root. Aswan was scarce flood water. Nubian, keeper of gold, language, spirit. The north had a Mediterranean connection, but the south had Africa, real Africa, deep, dark, divine Africa. After they drowned it all, they switched up the story. Started showing Kemet as Middle Eastern instead of African. Started talking about Arab, Egypt without mentioning Black Nubian. Started selling tourists Egypt with whitewashed statues. It wasn't an accident, it was a plan. Hide the southern roots, erase the dark faces, make history look paler. you flood Aswan, you flood history. You erase memory. And if you erase memory, you erase identity. Today, we're still piecing it back together. Digging through water, going through lies, trying to remember who we were. Because without memory, we're easy to control, easy to market, easy to dismiss. Aswan wasn't just geography, it was a living record. Abu Simbel wasn't just architect, it was cosmic. It was a cosmic map. And even if they moved the stones, even if they flooded the fields, the truth still rises. Our memory and our minds and our spirit. Don't be stuck and dumb forever. Let's learn and grow together. It's safe. By the way, join my free community, Discord, baby. See y'all there.